Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening.
This is Yikes Podcast, brought to you by
Damage Boys Productions and Land of Lakes. Half cream, half and half. Your mom buys it all the time and it just sits in the fridge and goes bad usually.
Nobody drinks that ever.
Nope. It just, you know what? It's always like a quarter full. And but we're brought to you by them. And also, but mostly Damage Boys Productions. I am Kyle Linares, and I am here with
Colin Stewart Hogue.
And it's been a while.
It has been a little too long.
Yeah, it really has. We had episodes recorded. We made the executive decision that we did not think that they were of the best quality, so we looked out for the viewers, and by viewers I mean listeners, and we said, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't release these.
Maybe they're... You know what? We could just tell they're under par. They were... No.
It would have been fine if that was maybe our first episode, but it was our third, and we didn't want to take a step back.
Yeah. You gotta stay in line or move up.
Yeah, we're all about keeping the boat just steady. We're just, average bad all the time.
We're about flatlining.
Yeah, we don't need to be better. We just have to stay the same, and we'll be fine. But no guest this week. Might have a guest appearance later on in the show, but no featured guest, which is kind of nice. It's we're back to our roots, like episode 1, A New Hope, or The Fellowship.
Episode 1 was so long ago.
I know. It was, what was it, August?
A whole 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, it was a while. It's been a while since it was just you and I. But why don't we jump right into our rant of the week, what's pissing us off this week? And Colin, you said that something at work kind of bothered you recently.
Yeah. You ever seen someone eat a bag of chips upside down?
I have, and it's really annoying to look at, and it makes me...
No, it's infuriating. It's bullshit. It's like eating a chicken tender from the middle. It's... you don't do it. I actually I get angry a lot at work, but this was the first time that was probably not justified in most people's eyes.
So you admit,
in most people's
eyes,
in my eyes, it's bullshit.
Right.
And if I ever see it again, I'm gonna just throw the whole bag of chips away. I was like, here's your money, but you're not eating this abomination.
Does it affect the way you're able to close the chips? I'd imagine that it's not that different.
It's exactly the same.
Right. But it's just the principle of it.
It's the principle. It looks wrong. It's like, I don't know.
Look, I understand. I think it's annoying. I mean, I'm not as passionate as you are, but I can see why someone would be upset.
Annoying's not the right word.
Well, I'm going to go a little bit on a similar page with my rant, having to do with eating, having to do with being out in public, and I'm just going to go right into it. So, one of my favorite places to eat around here is the Allendale Bar and Grill. I've been going since I was 7. Colin's been going since he was that age.
Classic.
The food has gotten even better as time's gone on. Everyone's big knack on it is that it's really loud in there, and that's because it's an old house and the wood.
Acoustics are just...
It's horrendous.
Terrible.
So you can hear conversations from across the room. But regardless, I keep going back. The owner's great. You have great staff on board. It's not pricey. It gets the job done. For around here, it could be a lot pricier. But this is my dig on, and it's not A.B&G only whatsoever. It is most places in the area that are, in the pub scene or the late night scene. is they hire musical performances to come in and, perform their stuff. And I have nothing against bands, music in general. I love all that stuff. But this is my personal stuff. I get really anxious when it comes to eating near live music. I feel like I have to be entertained and it takes away from my eating experience. What if the band doesn't do well? Do I clap? Do I, make eye contact? Do I pretend they're not there? There's just a lot of stuff that goes on when there's a band involved at a restaurant.
I don't even understand why you would have that while people are eating. Wait till 10 o'clock when you stop serving food.
Yeah.
And everybody's just drinking. Drinking goes well with that.
And AB&G waits, but they don't wait late enough. I think it's 9 they start setting up.
And they still serve food at that time.
Yeah. I've been at places where it's, a continual, like from 7 o'clock they have a band. It just makes me not want to go. And, if it's background music, so be it. But when there's like lyrics involved, I just feel like I have to devote my attention to the person. And God, it is the loudest thing ever, too. It's just...
Specifically with AB&G.
Oh my God, it feels like you're at a concert. And look, I'm not asking for the best bands in the world to perform. But what if, they're not on their game that night? Then you have to listen to someone who's not doing well musically. I don't know. That's just my little 2 cents of music in bars and stuff. It's just kind of tough when you're trying to eat at a place and you have to...
Hold off. That's it. Just hold off to the right time. I agree. Eating for me is... As my dad always said, I don't eat to live. I live to eat.
Right.
So
it messes with the process.
Yeah, don't ruin my happiness.
Yeah. But let's get into some positive stuff. I mean, look, that's not a totally negative thing. That's just something that kind of irks me. So this was brought to my attention by a friend of mine. We're at that age where people are moving out. They have roommates. They're in single apartments, whatever the case is. The question was proposed to me, and I'm going to propose it to Colin, and then you all listeners can maybe have your own situation that it could apply to you. So, we've all seen or heard of shows like The Real World or The Jersey Shore or Big Brother, which I've actually never seen an episode of Big Brother, but apparently it's been on for like 20 years. I've never seen an episode. It looks like porno.
I don't know what Big Brother is.
I think it's on CBS, and a bunch of people live in a house, and the last one, I don't know, I think the last one to like make it and who doesn't get kicked out wins money. It's like a mix of Survivor and Real. I don't know. It looks weird.
After this podcast is over, I'm going to continue not knowing what that is because I don't.
You're better off. So shows like that where a bunch of people are living in a house. So this is what the question was. You have 7 friends, and you can all live.
I gotta stop you right there. I don't have.
You don't have
sense.
Well, then we might as well not ask this. You have 7 friends, and you all are working in an area very close to each other, and you want to live together because there's a huge house. And if all 7 of you go in on it, the rent will be split 8 ways, clearly. And let's say that rent, for lack of a better number, is you're only paying between $500 and $700 to live in a huge mansion where there's 8 bedrooms, so you're not sharing a room. You might have to share a bathroom, whatever it is, but you have a big yard, a pool. Would you do it with 7 people? Do you think you can live with 7 people? Obviously, they have their lives. You're at work, so you don't have to deal with it all the time.
To start, that is a lot of people.
It's a ton of
people.
And
I feel like everybody, no matter how close you are, has their bad habits.
Right.
And I think that even if they only let their one of their bad habits go, that's 8 different bad habits all clashing. It would be tough. But it's possible.
I think it's obviously the biggest proponent of this is who is the 7 people. Because 7 people, they bring in family members to hang out. Significant others, friends. They all have baggage. Everyone has it. So I made a list. Colin doesn't know this list, but I made a list of people who Colin would have on his 7. And he has to tell me, as I read it to him, yay or nay for this person and why. So I'm throwing Colin in the spotlight here. And he might make enemies after this.
Probably not. I'm probably just going to say yes to everybody because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
We're going to put Colin in the spot right here. This is our shtick right now. So, first person is me.
No.
Fucking asshole.
I'll tell you why. I actually hate you.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a yes. Now, when I say yes, is there like any explanation, or is it just?
I mean, if it's a yes, you could say why.
I mean, I feel like it's like it's friends. Like I feel like I don't really need a reason.
It'd make the
yeses.
podcast easier.
Yeah, so let's just go with yes
for podcast purposes. Yeah. Next person is Connor Brady.
Also, no, fucking hate him. Now, I'll stop doing that joke. It got old pretty quickly. But so he's also a yes.
All right. Connor's probably listening, so that's good.
One of 3 viewers.
Yeah, one of our 3 people that'll be listening.
So I can diss everybody after like the next one.
Your brother James.
Yeah.
Your brother Ken.
Yeah.
Zach Coleman.
Yeah.
So that is.
No, I didn't.
5.
Cool.
So we have
We're
2
cruising.
more. We have 2 more.
Wait, all right, because I'm
You're 8.
I'm 8.
I'm gonna put Evan on this list.
Sure, I see no issue with that.
And my last one is Tom Webb.
Yeah, you gotta have a house drunk.
We need a bitch to clean up stuff too, so that's why I put Tom in there. So you would do it. Because, and look, this is my thing. It'd be different if it was college, because there's nothing to do 90% of the day. You're going to be at home at college because you're at class for an hour or 2, and then you're at home, so it'd be a lot of people like just congested. You go to work, and you come home at 6, hang out with people if you want, and then you can go in your room, you go to bed, and you just go to work.
My only question is, would I be able to... You know, I'm going to retract saying the question because this is the internet.
Yes.
And anybody can listen in. So, yeah. Forget I said anything.
There'll be a lot of barbecuing and a lot of good food being made.
Yeah.
A lot of good desserts. Hogue and I, great segue into our next point, is Hogue and I are really into baked goods. Creating baked goods. Yeah. We don't buy baked goods. Well, we do.
Recently, I've been pretty damn lazy. I just don't want to do the whole mixing of cookies and all that.
But we have made cookies, chocolate chip, sugar. Tonight, I made Rice Krispie treats that were mixed with Fruity Pebbles. And they came out okay.
I liked them.
Colin liked them. Paul liked them. I thought they'd be better. And let me be honest right now. I got store brand Fruity Pebbles, but I got real Rice Krispies, and I think if I got actual Fruity Pebbles, they'd be better. But the price difference
store brand?
The price difference was $3 fucking.
Okay, I'm gonna go vomit.
I was like, Fruity Pebbles is $5? Holy shit!
That went up.
And the Fruity Pebbles box, let's be honest,
it's the tiniest fucking box.
Yeah, it is the smallest.
I will say there's
box.
also probably the least amount of air because they've got the smallest pieces. But the Rice Krispies are the same way.
Rice Krispies was the same price, and the box was like double the size. So then the store brand, which was called like Fruity Stones or something dumb, was $2, and the box was bigger than Fruity Pebbles.
Did you try them regular?
No, I didn't. I just didn't want. If I would have,
you still have them?
Yeah, I didn't use. I only used 2 cups.
Try them real quick and tell
I did
you
4 cups Rice Krispie, 2 cups Fruity Pebbles, and at least I'm smart. And I didn't do 3 and 3. I did 2 and 4.
I mean, it was a good idea, but let's not go as far as you're smart.
Fuck, asshole. But Colin and I are really into baked goods. Maybe we can, when the podcast idea gets old, we can do a web series on our baked goods. That'll fail also.
Let's not count this out as a failure yet.
All right, that's true. That's true. All the 7 listeners are going to be.
But I would like to do a YouTube baked goods, just like 15 minutes a week. Baked goods, trim out all the fat.
Yeah.
But not the fat you digest.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Might as well end the show on that joke. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. No, you have to listen more.
Oh shit.
But by the way, this is a tough segue going into my next point for the week. Colin and I are very much enthusiasts of conspiracy ideas. And by enthusiasts, I don't necessarily mean we are conspiracy theorists, but we entertain the ideas. And sometimes we think they're funny. Sometimes maybe there's some legitimacy to them. But we wanted to go through a nice list of notable conspiracy ideas to share with you guys, and maybe you guys can talk to coworkers about it, and then they'll think you're crazy if you actually believe these. But here's one of them that Colin has: the flat Earth theory. Colin, you want to go into explaining this?
Well, I mean, I don't know all of the gist of it. I have a coworker that could give you a lot more in depth. In fact, that coworker, I'm pretty sure, fully believes in it.
Is this the same coworker that opened the bag upside down?
No, it is
Okay,
not.
good.
No, that would be just
A lot going
that'd be
on.
a mess.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least I believe I can quote him saying, "I lean towards that as my biggest belief, as far as what the Earth is."
So he thinks the Earth is flat.
He thinks it's flat. I'm pretty sure in this theory, the moon. There is no, like, it's not like we revolve around the sun. Like, it's like we're flat, and like I don't exactly understand it. Like the moon doesn't exist apparently, and yeah, and the sun. I really can't. I don't know much about it.
Well, I think that's a good thing, because it would just make you so pissed off knowing that someone is dumb enough to think that is real.
I will agree with one thing that he says. His whole side is, where did you learn all of your information about the Earth? Where do you get your information? Where do you get your pictures? They all come from the same source. People teaching us. We've never seen them for ourselves. We've only got what people give us. They give us photos, and by now our government has probably got technology where they can generate a photo. The photos that we've seen, they could be generated. I personally don't believe they are, but there's a slight possibility that that theory might be true. I can't prove it wrong because I haven't done the research. I haven't done all that.
Yeah, that's just odd.
That's where the person's coming from, and I can understand where they're coming from. I just don't agree with where they're coming from.
I mean, there's certain things that could just throw that so far away. Like, I mean, the satellites that are sent into space. I guess the guy's argument is like, well, who's taking those pictures?
Yeah,
but
and on top of it, it's like,
no
did you
fighting
see that satellite go up?
There's no fighting.
And it's like, can you see those satellites in the sky? And it's like, I mean, I've seen little star-looking things move across the sky, and I've been told that those are satellites.
That's obviously a broader picture of the just government conspiracies in general, where the government has just utter control behind the scenes of everything, Illuminati, and I believe certain things of that are very true.
I bet you have this on your list. That's the only one I know that's on the list. But the flat Earth theory is also linked to the moon landing theory, that it didn't exist, it didn't happen.
Right.
That would be linked because the moon doesn't exist in that theory, but. A lot of people. I mean, I can explain that one. Moon theory. Like, I don't know if is that on your list.
It was.
Can I just go right?
Yeah, go.
Because I know that one. I know that one is that it was made up because it was basically the Cold War was just a bullshit fight, and it was basically a race to the moon. Whoever got there first won the war or some bullshit like that, and we faked the moon landing to end the war. It's somehow that's like a really general way of putting it. If you know more information about it,
I just feel, there was a lot of people that said that it wasn't real, with having a lot to do with the Soviet Union, but then there was a lot of people, a lot of evidence proving that it could have been real, whatever it is. I mean, we've been back since, allegedly.
Not humans, I don't think. I think rovers have.
Right. But here's another one, and these are very controversial. Ghosts and aliens.
Now, I guess they are theories. I wouldn't say conspiracy theories. It's more, I think those are just basically just like theories. Some people believe them, some people don't. That's like, because there's so many people believe in ghosts and spirits, I kind of believe in spirits. Not spirits as much as energy. In fact, I have a theory, like my theory.
Hoag's theorem.
Well, not my theory. A theory that my older brother told me, I'm sure he got it from somewhere else, is that the part about spirits and energy, I actually kind of added to it. But the initial theory is that the entire universe, everything in the universe is one entity, and we're all parts of the same energy. And we're just little pieces. We're just energy created by the universe, and we're parts of that universe. But it's like, even though we are individuals and we have our own minds, we're still connected to your universe by that energy. And when we die, that energy can go elsewhere. It could just merge back into the universe. Maybe that energy goes into a tree. Maybe that energy goes into a person, which is why I believe that people have, say, Mozart. Or was it Mozart or Beethoven who was like 4 years old playing piano?
Probably both.
Either way, how the hell are you 4 years old and playing piano? I feel like you had to have played piano in a past life. And you have that energy from your past life guiding you, just making it easy for you to play piano. Because you've already learned it. And that's how I kind of think. And it's like, if you have ghosts, I feel like that's phantom energy. That's energy that never really absorbed back into the universe, and it's just kind of recreating whatever that person did when they were alive. That's my kind of theory.
What about aliens?
I believe in aliens. I believe that the fucking universe is so big that if there's not another sentient, well, what do you mean by aliens? Like,
just life out
just
there.
Yeah, I know there has to be life somewhere out there. The universe is so massive. There's theories that there's probably an Earth somewhere out there that's
Earth
just
2?
like Earth 2. I can't think of a title for that, but
I think it was the Sonic commercial.
Oh, that makes it really lame.
Those guys suck.
Yeah.
I think we actually talked about them in episode 1. But it's worth reiterating.
That
Sonic,
they suck.
get new guys.
Yeah, seriously.
It's old. What about lizard people?
That's a thing. People believe that.
Yep. And my favorite one.
Just move past it.
Chemtrail.
What is that?
You know when you're sitting outside and you look up and a plane has those white streaks following it? There are people that believe that is chemicals are being dropped from the plane to mind control and brainwash people. Chemtrail. Google it.
I don't say this word often, and I don't like saying this word, but that's fucking retarded.
It's so mentally challenged.
If you have to say that word,
So
say mentally challenged instead.
I mean, my theory on, just to wrap this up, I think aliens, obviously, they're out there. I don't think they're green and have big eyes, but I think something's out there. Ghosts, it's tough for me. I used to really think that they're out there and around us. But, like, as I've gotten older, I just don't know. I want, like, to see proof. And obviously aliens, I haven't seen proof. You just know that you would think that there's so many planets out there that there's just bound to be, like, plants and little organisms that would soon evolve into something sort of like what we did. But I just want to see, like, total proof of ghosts. And I like, I can't watch channel 600 and watch Ghost Hunters and feel like that's proof or anything.
I mean, as far as that goes, my older brother was he helped film one of those types of shows, and they went to a bunch of different spots throughout America. I think it was mostly on like Middle America, East, and then
the people that watch CSI and all that crap on CBS too.
But I mean, they didn't go to the West Coast. Is essentially what I'm saying. They didn't want to go too far. I guess it was too expensive.
Yeah.
But he said the scariest part of the entire show was one of the places in, I think, Alabama. They were going through the house, and there was just a wall of black widow spiders.
Ugh.
And he said, like, if you fell into that wall, you would just die from spider bites. But that was the scariest thing. He said there was one time where they encountered something that was creepy. It's like they saw something move in the background, and none of them were over there. But that's all that anyone's ever gotten of ghosts. Did you see that little?
Did you see
movement? It could have been a shadow. It could have been like there could have
bug.
been. Yeah, there's always. Well, I mean, it was big enough that it wouldn't be a bug, but like
a rat.
There's always got to be some sort of. There's always could be some sort of explanation.
So I wanted to talk to everyone about. This isn't a rant. This is more of a public service announcement. Every morning I get into my car and I drive to work and I listen to talk radio because I'm a boring asshole sometimes.
Yeah,
but I also just like, fuck you. I just like listening to talk radio in the morning because, at 6:30 I'm not really feeling like getting groovy on Z100 and 92.3 and all those. So I listen to sports radio. And for the most part I enjoy it. But there's just a lot of commercials out there. Whether it's ESPN radio, whether it's WFAN, which is a CBS affiliate.
Whether it's Steve Harvey.
There's just a ton of commercials on the planet. And here's my just public service announcement to everyone. The Fan, which is 1019 FM. So they're big sports radio. They're owned by CBS. So what shows do you think are commercialized on The Fan? CBS shows. Big Bang. CSI bullshit every city in the world, CSI.
Except for...
Two Broke Girls. Fucking Moms. Whatever that show is with the chick from Scary Movie.
Oh, yeah. Anna Faris.
Anna Faris, right.
Anna, not Anna.
Fucking,
she goes Anna.
So I'm going to read you my made-up commercial. That this is an example of what happens on the radio. So you're listening to Boomer and Carton talk about sports, and then they go to commercial, and you're like, I guess I'll leave it on. This is what happens. On an all-new CBS Monday, CSI returns, and it's going to be a big, big episode. Then you have a random cast member yelling, "Gear up!" The team sets out to go to the city of sin. And then you have a corny Viva Las Vegas song playing with slot machines and bingo noises. But these guys find out it's not all fun and games. Then there's explosions and someone yells, "Get down!" America's #1 show is back on Mondays. Another cast member saying, "Man, I love this job." And the commercial ends.
Gear up!
Dude, I swear to God that whoever's in charge at CBS, stop doing live reads for commercials using your script and using your TV shows, cast members saying words on your commercial. It's radio. We can't see or... it's so hard to picture someone just saying, "Gear up." It's so stupid. It is just the dumbest thing. Just stop. The commercials just sound so dumb. Hearing a guy say, "Gear up." Get over it. Just say, tonight on CBS, CSI, it's a new episode. They're in Vegas. It's going to be crazy. Tune in at 9 o'clock. Like, that's it. Do it. Boom. And you just saved, so much humiliation from everything that's going on because people hate you. But then again, CSI is the most famous show apparently on the planet. It's the world's #1 show according to CBS.
As far as commercials on the radio go, I'd like to add to that. I don't want to hear another Cars for Kids ad. I don't want to donate to you anymore because you played it way too much.
Who's donating a car?
We actually did. We called Cars for Kids.
You did?
Yeah, and guess what? They showed up at 2 a.m. in the fucking morning because they thought that maybe if they showed up during the day, we would say, you know what, we don't want to donate the car. So they came and pretty much stole the fucking car at 2 a.m. in the morning. We didn't want the car. We wanted it gone. It was a service to have it gone. Whoa.
So the Cars for Kids, you used Cars for Kids. Did they give you compensation for your car?
Oh, no. You donate.
I thought they give you like a vacation voucher or it's a tax return or something.
I don't know. Maybe. I didn't. This was done by my parents.
Right.
But it was done to the minivan.
No, the minivan.
Yeah, the minivan. The Viking van, as we called it.
Wow. Well,
the back axle fell off. It rusted and fell off.
I gotta say, whenever that commercial comes on, it doesn't matter if I'm listening to the best radio on the planet, and then they're like, quick commercial break, it'll just be really quick. And then that happens to be the commercial. Like, let's say Howard Stern goes to satellite radio, or goes from satellite back to terrestrial. And he's like, I'm only on one day. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta listen the whole day. And then he's like, we're gonna take a real quick commercial break. We'll come right back. And that song comes on, that fucking jingle. I will change the channel.
Yeah. It's
no matter what. I will never sit through a full Cars for Kids commercial. And they try to church it up with doing a rock and roll edition. I don't know if you've heard that one.
They do that on the fucking TV.
On the TV.
It's the first time I've wanted to hit kids in the face.
Oh my God, it is the worst.
That's not the first time. Step Brothers kid I wanted to hit in the face too. But I think they should use that song to torture terrorists.
Absolutely, they probably do.
Because it's 30 seconds long, which is the perfect amount of time to loop.
Forever.
And then I would lose my fucking mind. Yeah. I would tell them anything. As soon as I heard that song, I'd be like, I'm going to make it 1 minute.
Yeah.
If that.
So we have our first promo read. You want to do it, Colin? You want to do the promo?
I thought I had the second promo.
You're doing do the promo.
Word for word?
Yes,
because this is the
that's
second
what they
one.
pay us.
Okay. Again, we are brought to you by Arrogant White Boys. They are white. Everything they say is right. If you disagree, then you're a pussy. It's YouTube/Arrogant White Boys.
They're our big sponsor. If you guys are looking to get sponsored on our podcast, please email us. We're not going to give you our emails.
Figure it out.
We're going to switch it up and go to something that we've been both looking forward to. It is our fall activities draft. So, I'm going to break this down. Colin and I are going to be in the fantasy football world. We're going to be competing, except instead of players, we're going after the best fall activities. And I'm going to read off the list.
I feel like we should actually have to execute these.
Yeah, we're gonna. If that's a great idea. If you're picking these, you got to do these. And I'm gonna read the list right now. And we're gonna have a judge, who is our guest appearance tonight. He's going to pick which team is the best team. Obviously, it's gonna be hidden. He's not gonna know who's who. He's not in the room. He's not nearby. He's probably nearby, but. He's going to pick the teams, anonymously, and he's going to say who won the draft. So here is what we have on our potential players list. Number 1, Raking Leaves. Number 2, Oktoberfest. Number 3, PSL, or Pumpkin Spice Lattes. Number 4, Setting Up Decorations. Number 5, what?
Can I get a clarification?
Yeah.
On how much decorations you have to set up?
The house.
Like the whole house?
Whatever your house calls.
So I might have to buy a bunch of decorations because we have none at the whole house.
Yeah, you might have to spruce up the house. 5, flannels and wearing flannels. 6. Apple picking. 7. Jack-o'-lantern. 8. Goosey night. 9. Hard ciders. 10. Trick-or-treating. 11. Hay rides. And 12 is candy corn.
You're the oldest fucking trick-or-treaters that are actually, like, stable humans.
You're going to have to wear a mask. Whoever it is has to wear a mask.
You know, it'd probably be better if it was me, because they would believe that I'm fucking...
I'd be a really tall 13.
I really don't want to do it either way. You know what? I'd really like to see you do that.
Shit. Well...
I feel like that's going to have to be a YouTube video as well.
Colin, I'm going to give you first pick. And we're going to see with the first pick of the 2016 fall draft.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to get first pick.
I'll take first pick.
It's a snake draft, so that means I get 2 in a row.
Oh, you can take first pick.
But then it goes back to... So you get 2 in a row. If I get first
pick...
pick...
I'll take first pick. Okay. I'll take first pick.
But then you'll get 2 in a row after me.
Yeah, that's why I'll take first pick.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start off with... We have flannels.
Flannels is off the board. Good. I fucking hate flannels, so that's for Colin.
I have 1,000 flannels. I like flannels.
I'm going to get 2 in a row, and I'm going to go right off the bat with apple picking and jack-o'-lantern. Big just fan of those two. That's what it boils down to. So you get 2 in a row here.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Oktoberfest and hard ciders.
Oh, you fucker.
I thought hard cider was going to be in your first...
I wanted to see if it would last one more. Okay, I'm just trying to be strategic here. Alright, so I get 2 in a row. I'm going to go with Goosey Night and candy corn.
And these, honestly, I can't mark on my thing which ones are left. So I'm just going to...
Okay, so you have... Right. We're starting to get to the bad ones.
Okay,
here.
alright. So I'm going to go ahead and go with... I'm going to go ahead and go with pumpkin spice latte.
Alright, we got to have proof of Colin drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
Despite the fact that I stopped drinking coffee. Shit. You know what? It's the easiest one on here for me. Raking leaves.
Raking leaves for Colin. You know, I was going to pick that because I rake leaves every day at work, so...
that was trickery. That's what that was.
But you picked raking leaves as a... or whatever. So now I'm going to pick my 2. Easy. It's hay rides. I don't want to do a fucking hay ride, but... And trick-or-treating.
Oh, so I'm fucking sick. You're setting up decoration.
Yeah.
Fucking
so Colin, the last pick.
I should have went second. That's why you went second, isn't it?
I don't remember. Like, I didn't plan this out.
It's like eating me and my mo. You know how it's gonna fucking end. You're 2 people.
So we're gonna do our.
Oh shit.
We have to do our. I have to do our live read of our commercial, and then we're gonna take a quick. This is our quick commercial break right here, and then we're going to have our guest come in, and he's going to judge. The Fall Draft, Knuckle, was brought to you by Arrogant White Boys Balls Davis Productions. Damage Boys Films. Damage Boys Films art comes from the taint. Visit youtube.com/arrogantwhiteboys for details. And we'll be right back. And we're back here, Yikes Podcast. We have our special guest judge, America's judge. We're joined here by Evan Linares. Evan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to just give you this list. This is obviously anonymous. We have list A and list B. And you will think out loud. Okay. Let us hear your process of who has the best list.
And it's in no particular order?
No, random order. I threw it on the lists.
Okay. All right, so we have list A, jack-o'-lanterns. I'm assuming that means actually having a pumpkin and carving the faces into it.
Right.
Okay. Trick-or-treating. Okay. It says candy corn. This is the third on the list.
Eating candy
Eating
corn.
candy
Right.
corn. Very okay. Hay rides. Goosey night. And then apple picking. Seems like a very elementary list, but okay. And here we go. There's list B. Raking leaves. Pumpkin spice latte. Okay. Hard ciders. That's a good one, just because it has alcohol. Flannels. You know, it's a generic white person thing. Setting up decorations. Oktoberfest. Well, that was, for me personally, I'm going to go with list B. That's a no-brainer. I have hard ciders and Oktoberfest. But that's just me personally. So yeah, list B without a fucking doubt. It's
So
not even close.
List B was Ho Colin.
Yeah, good choices by Hokan.
I've already done Oktoberfest, which is what I was going to say. Does that Oktoberfest pass? We
you
had an
don't have to go to
Oktoberfest Bear
another-
Mountain.
You don't have to go
I don't know anything about Oktoberfest, but I know it has beer involved.
We have the Steins, man. They're fucking massive. You can
Yeah,
fit 3
I
beers in
stole a Stein once. Not at one of those big
them. I have
ones.
2 in the car, actually, if you guys...
Were those stolen? Because
No.
I'm taking this tape directly to the authorities now.
That's
no,
fine.
they were
On tape.
$20 a piece, and they were
Alright,
fucking...
Colin bought it. Is Evan
Yeah.
I'm a
We bought
notorious
4,
yeah,
actually.
I'm a notorious kiter of
glassware?
yeah, glassware and silverware and merchandise, iPhone.
You've stolen an iPhone.
No, I actually haven't, but I think
Oh.
it'd be good for radio. Make
You
it
know
for
my
radio.
buddy Juan stole an iPhone once.
Yeah, that's good. You got good friends.
And
Wow.
you know the messed up part was, oh my god, I just remembered. It was like a friend of his. He stole it. Not stole it. He found it, and then he realized that it was his friends who lost it. But he shut it off so they couldn't call it and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he would turn it on to try to unlock it,
Yeah.
and it was password protected, and he couldn't sell it because it's password protected. So
There's a
then
way to
You
get
can
by
like that. That's
Yeah.
how they're the blacks always. I mean, I don't know whoever's stealing iPhones.
he tried
Juan.
to.
Juan is stealing it.
Yeah, fucking Juan is.
But just to recap, no disrespect, we had a little conversation if it was going to be a personal list or a generic list. I think list A for an All-American is just a little too elementary for me.
I just have
It's too
no
elementary.
negatives on my list.
That's true.
Colin has raking leaves and putting up decorations
See,
on his
I
list.
honestly, I find raking leaves or outdoor work to be a little therapeutic.
It
But
is.
Maybe that's because I'm a fag.
Doing decorations, I hate. I didn't want to do Goosey Night. You're gonna have to go.
Also-
You're gonna have to like toilet paper
You
shit.
know,
I will.
easy.
I've been doing it since I was 7 years
It's pretty
old.
easy to set up like Halloween decorations, like a couple pumpkins. You just like throw them outside.
Well, that's
Like
the
a
thing. We
scarecrow.
were talking about. It's like I gotta.
Colin has to go buy fucking decorations. for
Yeah,
his
like we
house.
gotta actually like.
Just buy like a pumpkin.
I also have to go on a hayride and go trick or treating.
Where are you gonna go?
Personally, I
Apple
kinda
picking?
wanna
You gonna
I don't know.
you
I'm gonna go
apple
apple
picking alone?
Warwick. That's I've gone.
I'm
it's
actually
awesome.
gonna go this weekend.
Yeah.
Not, it's just like a
It's
generic.
it's a lot of
thing.
fun, and you get to fill up a bag as much as you can fit in the bag. You can fit like 25 apples in one bag, and it's like $20.
You heard it here. Hogue likes apple picking.
Oh,
I was trying. I wanted that one. I
Hogue,
want
he wanted.
I want
he stole
hayrides,
apple
too.
picking.
hayride is.
I haven't been on a hayride in like 15 years, and I don't think I'll go on another one until
I went on one for my birthday. My mom got me one up in Vermont. Yeah.
See, hayrides are cool. Look, I think
I thought there was gonna be like tailgating, watching football, like being hungover or something like that.
we had good like positives, and then we had raking leaves and setting up
I
decorations.
thought football was gonna be on this. I was like, football's a big one. I thought it was gonna be like going number one. Is this like no
They're just
particular
generic fall.
The first pick of the draft, if I recall correctly, Colin had, and he picked flannels.
because I have 20
Christ,
flannels.
that's
in
What
my
do you
closet.
think the last pick of the draft was? which was also picked by Colin.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Nope,
No.
Colin picked that one fucking early.
Cold,
No,
man.
not-
That was
I
like
went- Listen, I went for executing these. I went for the easiest ones to execute at first. I have flannels in my closet.
Because you didn't pick it to win. You picked it as
To
this is easy to do.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Yeah,
was
it's
the
a
last
little
pick? Wasn't
different.
it?
Well, it wasn't pick and win, and he still won.
I think the last pick was setting up decorations.
Yeah,
That was the last.
that
pick.
was left. It wasn't a pick. It was you have to do this.
Doesn't bother me.
yeah.
I know if it would bother Kyle, maybe he'll come as well.
Oh, it does. It bothers me. That was, I think, the worst one on the list for both of us. Because raking leaves, as Kyle said,
I do it every day at work.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
I actually
so
don't
I
mind
hate
it.
it. because
I'll
I
just
do
help
it.
out my dad one day, raking leaves.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry our list wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be.
Well, no, I just thought there was going to be... And listen, I'm a weekend warrior, so anything that has to do with booze, I'm a big fan of. I thought this was Kyle's list for show, because he got hard ciders, and,
But
Kyle's a big gay boy when it
Colin's
comes
a
down to
big
ciders.
cider guy. too.
That was one of the
you're
steins I had. I
you're a
had
cider
one
head?
cider. I had a lager. I had a spot and lager, and then I had a
HB
a cider.
Huh.
You had the Stella.
Stella Trois cider. Cidre.
CJ.
I've heard mixed reviews about the Cidre.
It's sweet, and I like sweet things because as you
You
were saying,
kinda
a
both.
big gay boy.
Yeah. Match made in heaven, really.
Well, that's why we're on the podcast here.
Okay.
Have you have any closing words? Any? We did your table read already.
Oh,
both-
yeah?
both
That's
of
good.
them.
Oh, good. You gonna just, drop them in randomly?
Yeah.
All right, no, I don't. Thanks. This was fun. Short
We
little
did them in the
knuckle.
wrong order on purpose.
That's fine. I don't think there was a right order.
Yeah,
Okay.
God bless
I didn't
you.
write both of them.
Who did?
I had Ant write the other one. I was like, quick, I need a WFAN read thing. And he was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, when I sent it to you, I was like, I don't think he's gonna get it.
I
Then
did
you
get it.
understand.
Anthony didn't get it. He was like, he sent me this thing that was for an arrogant white boy's radio station, and I just deleted the radio station
Right.
part of it.
Yeah, I figured the second one would be his once you said that he wrote one of them. Especially because Knuckle was in
Yours.
Yeah.
Yours is the knuckle one.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you. I guess.
I hope you have me back.
Yeah, you can anytime, man. I'll
Probably
be
not.
on anytime.
This is a nightmare.
Oh God, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be back after
There's no
these.
commercials.
Word from our sponsors.
Yeah,
My Pillow.
squatty potty. Alright,
Portrait
you hit pause.
World.
You hit pause.
I'm just not gonna cut it.
Just hit pause. All right, guys, we are back here, and we're gonna go into our final segment, which not everyone's a fan of, but this actually unites gamers and non-gamers alike, which is the release of PlayStation Virtual Reality. Now, I'm not going to go into details on price, but it is steep. Not only do you need a PlayStation 4, you need to buy a bunch of other equipment for the virtual reality, which includes, a headset. You need the PlayStation camera, which is from back in the day when the PS4 dropped.
I'm actually really curious of price of all of it.
It's a lot. So I have it. We'll let that spoiler loose. I bought it at GameStop, and I traded in some old games for it, whatever. So I have the headset, bought that brand new. I bought the camera brand new, and then I bought the 2 PlayStation Move controllers, which are from the PS3, and they're the hand controllers. They kind of look like I don't know. People call them dildos. They're
dongles.
The dongles. They look like kind of like drumsticks or something. Whatever. They're in your hands. They're supposed to mimic your hands. I bought those used because GameStop has them used. Kind of creepy. I washed them obviously, but it runs between like $400 and $600 depending on what you buy.
Holy shit.
It's a lot. You get that feeling of instant regret when you swipe your credit card after you see that price. But, I'm enjoying it. I have it. I have the game PlayStation Worlds, which it didn't come with, but that was the game that everyone suggested you buy. Now, the kind of cool part is that most of the PSVR games are cheaper than a real game because they're not really finished games. They're kind of gimmicky, as nice of a word as I could put it. You know, you're not playing like a full one-player story mode yet with like super crazy detail and length. It's sort of like to get your feet wet in the VR world. So they're not long games. And PlayStation did a nice job that they don't charge you a lot. They're like, the games are between $19 and $30. Some of them are full retail price, but at $60. But you can get these games for pretty cheap, and they're pretty cool stuff. I mean, Colin, you played Until Dawn, which is the scary game where you're on a roller coaster and you get to shoot things.
I gotta say that was probably my favorite game out of all the games I played, because I played on PlayStation World is what I played at your house.
Yes.
I played like 4 games off of that.
You basically played the whole game.
Yeah, I wanted to try everything, and they are very short, as you said. And I mean, out of all of that, I mean, I guess that scary game, was that more expensive? Was that it's a separate game?
It's a separate game, but $20 for that game.
Because you can tell like more was put into it.
Yeah, because that's its own game, but it's only $20, which is pretty good for a game.
It was a lot of fun. It was also fun, possibly getting scared. Like you get scared here and there.
Yeah.
And you know, like it's never too much of a scare. It's like the right amount of scare.
It's a little pop up.
Yeah, like PT I think was far scarier.
Yeah, I mean now there's we don't want to get into a huge stick on the VR. We both enjoy it. I think we both can agree that it's a very beginning stage and it's not very complicated yet, and as it shouldn't be. They want to see how it goes. But, you know, like big games are coming out on this. I heard, you know, Resident Evil 7 is going to be crazy. That's going to be like extremely fucking scary. You have games like Dynasty Warriors that are coming out on this. It's a lot of good potential on these things.
Yeah.
I liked the PlayStation Worlds game was fun. Now you played one of the games that I didn't, which was on PlayStation Worlds, the one where you're in a robotic suit in space, and that's one seemed very cool, but also one that you can kind of get dizzy as hell from. Yeah,
especially because you are in space, and they use the gravity thing.
Oh my gosh.
As part of like there is no bottom technically wherever you're stepping, they make the floor. So like there was a floor, and then like you can jump onto the wall, and that was the new floor. And it just kind of rotates the camera.
Where you aim with your head there.
You aim with your head.
That's
you move left to right
with the
thumbstick, and you move forward and back with the other thumbstick.
Right.
So, I mean, that was the most, as far as all of the games that I played, that was the game that was the least basic.
Yeah, it was definitely a little more complicated.
There's more. It took a little bit longer to get it, but I will say, even that is really basic.
Yeah.
That's my one. Like, if I had to wrap up on the virtual reality thing, I would say number one. It's very basic. It is cool. And I definitely think that anybody looking to get into virtual reality eventually should start with these small games, because it is something you have to work up towards. I mean, I thought these were basic games, but I also got exhausted. And
you get drained.
Yeah, it's actually like I didn't want to play for very long. I played for like 30 minutes to an hour, I think. Ish, maybe it was more. I don't really know. You lose track of time, really.
It was around an hour, and you just kind of like, you get a little bit of a headache. You get like mentally worn out, and you're just kind of like, all right, I did it. I'm done. Like I don't see myself playing this for very long, because you just kind of you don't get really bored. You just kind of get done. You're just like, I had it, my fix. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's like you said, it's very basic. I think this, and this is where my final thought on this is, you know, the Xbox had their Kinect, and that had like its moments of like, wow, this could be really cool, and then they kind of just like didn't give it anything. They just like kept making games for Xbox, and then they just like kind of forgot about the Kinect.
I don't think that's gonna happen with this.
I really think that VR is like a big future, and it's gonna be a big part of PlayStation's like future gaming and all their stuff that's coming up.
I never once thought the Kinect was the future of gaming.
Yeah.
Virtual reality, I don't think it'll only be virtual reality in the future, especially not for like 10 years, but eventually we're going to get to a point where like 5 years from now or so, everyone's going to be playing virtual reality. People are going to be playing virtual reality Call of Duty.
Yeah.
There's going to be like...
I think that's the big step, though, is making those like big-time games have some sort of accessibility. Once like one of those big titles falls, then everyone's going to have to do it. But
It's difficult. I don't know. Honestly, it's like, I had fun playing virtual reality, but it's like
I need more stuff.
I need more stuff. It's like I got pretty. It's honestly, it was more like I played all of the games for the experience of virtual reality more than I was having fun.
Yeah.
I was just exploring, really.
Yeah, you wanted to see what you could do, and that was it. I want like a full game, and I know they're coming, which is good. But right now, I'm just waiting for something fun.
In fact, as far as having fun with virtual reality goes, the Oculus Rift, that game that he has where you're just, all you are is sitting in one place and you're a turret shooting things and you press one button on the side of the head.
That was fun.
That game was, honestly, it was the most fun virtual reality game I think I've played. Maybe the scary game, because the scary game does add that thrill of when I'm going to get scared. I don't even like getting scared, but I liked that game.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to be, patiently waiting for what's going to come out next, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun because, look, it's a really cool thing. We both, enjoyed it. We just think, the best is yet to come, and we're not, sold on, everything yet, but from what we both, and I'm just speaking for you because I've watched you do it, it's just, it's fun. It's not amazing, but it could get amazing, and it's very different and cool in that sense.
Absolutely.
So that's where we leave Yikes Podcast. This is Kyle and Colin signing out. Do you want to do a sign-off? Do you want to do a special sign-off?
No.
I don't either.